What's up, Toasties? Movie Toaster Adam here. I am not going to lie to you. When Despicable Me came out, I was like, okay, this movie looks okay. Those little yellow guys, what the hell are those? They look a little bit annoying. I'm probably going to hate them. And then I saw the movie and I'm like, oh my God, these guys are going to be amazingly huge in the future. Like, people are going to love these things. These are going to be coming out of the wazoo for years. These are going to be like toys and backpacks and lunchboxes and sure as shit. They have blown up bigger than Gru himself. They are in all the Despicable Me movies, and now they have 3 of their own movies. There's a trilogy of movies where you got these little creatures who don't even speak English or any real nationality, any language. And by God, they're all interesting and different and unique in their own way. All right, so the first movie, they were just learning their own ways, trying to find someone to serve. And in the next movie, they're with Gru, a little child Gru, and they're discovering things and bonding. And in this movie, yes, we're here to talk about the newest Despicable Me spinoff, Minions and Monsters. First of all, when I heard the title of this, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty groovy. And then when I found out the premise of this, I was like, oh wow, I am on board, baby. So essentially, we're following a new batch of minions, and they don't work for Gru. These aren't the minions we know and love, and that's fine because we're going to learn to love these ones. But these ones essentially find their way to Hollywood, and they become big stars. And it's funny because they show that minions have become a zeitgeist figure in this world, and there's plushies and clothing and everything like we have today. And then they get a little washed up, and one of the minions wants to be a director, and he wants to make a monster movie, and they end up summoning a young monster named Goomy, and Goomy essentially is like, yeah, I'll help you make a movie, but you gotta have some of the scariest monsters in the world to make the movie, to make it believable. So the minions and Goomy go on a quest to find these evil monsters and essentially free Goomy's master, and they want to bring destruction to the world. But of course, the minions don't know that. They think they're just making a movie. One minion catches on to it, and it causes a divide. Now, as that's going on, there's also another subplot going with these other minions who are essentially joining forces with this sci-fi fan who they meet at a sci-fi convention who's dressed like a robot from another galaxy. And it's like, the whole time we're like, is this really a guy cosplaying, or is this really a character from another world? The whole time I was wondering. But then that guy ends up falling in love and meeting a human girl, and the minions help him start a relationship, and that's kind of sweet and sincere. But the fact that the minions are in Hollywood making movies and just being crazy, and we find out that they inspired and made some of the biggest scenes in movie history happen because of their antics, that's pretty smart. Now let's talk the cast. We got Jesse Eisenberg, Zoey, Deutch, Christoph Waltz, Bobby Moynihan, Jeff Bridges, Allison, Janney, Phil Lamar, George Lucas, and so many other people making cameos. This movie is chocked full of the gills with great talent. This movie is only an hour and 29 minutes, but it does feel a little long. It feels more like montages and set pieces and shorts kind of stitched together to make a hodgepodge movie, in my opinion. Oh yeah, and also Trey Parker plays Goomy. All right, and that's one character I'm a little like, I don't know, hold the phone a bit, because Goomy sounds like Butters, he sounds like Cartman. It just ebbs and flows and inconsistent, in my opinion, the voice of Goomy. And I love Trey Parker, but choose a lane here. Be one or the other. Don't just keep morphing and changing. And that's also on the director for doing that. Apparently, this is the director, the guy that created the Minions. This is the movie he's always wanted to make, and it took a while to get there. And I'm happy he got to make it. Is it perfect? No. Are the other ones better? Slightly, but I still love the premise of this. I feel like it's an incomplete movie. I feel like these are shorts, like I said, that are just kind of put together in a coherent, cohesive way. It's just not what I had expected, but it was slightly delightful. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Will I watch it again? I haven't really watched any of the Minions again. No, but will I see more Minion things? Yeah. And an interesting thing here is there's kind of a bond with these two friends here, these two main Minions, and there seems to be more than a friendship. So it's like, okay, we never really set up what 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 the minions are. Are they male? Are they female? What is their gender? We don't really know, but seems to be a relationship brewing here, and I kind of like that for them. And then there's a deaf minion, or yeah, I believe a deaf minion, and they learn to make minion. They do a sign language minion and minionese, which I really appreciate. So they're pushing some boundaries here. They're keeping it fresh. They're keeping it interesting. So I appreciate them for doing this. Unfortunately, this movie was a bit of a flop at the box office, probably because it's coming out in the summer, chock full of other big things, especially Toy Story 5, which is the bigger family-friendly movie. I don't know. I'm rooting for the Minions. I hope they're not dead and extinct. I hope they come back at some point, but I hope the next movie is a little stronger. How do you feel about it? Have you seen Minions and Monsters? Let's talk all thing Minions in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, if you could toss me a like and subscribe, I'd be very grateful. So grateful that I'm willing to put out daily videos right here on this platform for your viewing pleasure. And if you haven't like pop culture podcasts, I host one, and it's called Movie Toast, News and Reviews, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, and please stay toasty.